We're actually tempted to sample a few sounds of me and my mates screaming on Call of Duty, just because that's basically all this year's been.
So it's the Radio X Evening Show, Wednesday night with me, George Godfrey, and we've got him here. He's back. It's Sam Fender tonight. Hello.
Hello. You all right?
I'm good, mate. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just a little bit, I think like everybody else, just a little bit bored of this now.
Yeah. So, Sam, you've said while the songs were on there that you've been spending your day writing songs and playing video games. How's that been?
It's been about 50-50, like just sat in the arse playing Call of Duty or writing songs and playing guitar. But it's good. I mean, we've been recording as well, and I've been doing bits and bobs of been doing like some collaboration stuff and sort of trying to dip me toe into writing for other people as well, which has been great fun.
Oh, interesting.
But we've been trying to get the island to do some recordings because we're kind of we're like in the thick of recording another album.
Right.
And I've been trying to get the island sort of for the last couple of weeks, but because of certain circumstances, we haven't been able to get there.
Yeah, man. And in terms of that new music then, because that's exciting, what sort of things have you been tapping into? Like, what have you been listening to get a bit of inspiration?
You know what it is? I've actually been going back and listening to loads of old stuff. I was hanging out with John, and he was playing a load of
name drop there.
name drop 5,000. It's weird, right? Because you know, like I was hanging out with Elton John. You know, listen to me, man. Who the do I think I am, man? No. Who the hell do I think I am? No, it was he was like over the lockdown. I was so bored, and he was like, I was doing some writing. I actually had a little jam with him and started doing some stuff. And because I went out to London to try and work with a load of different people, but in that time I went to go and see War Elton, and he was playing his loads of records. He's like an encyclopedia of music. But obviously, like he just knows loads of different tunes. So I came away with a fistful of vinyls off him. So I've just been like racking through these vinyls, listening to the band and listening to like Little Feat, like loads of mad like old it's like 70s country and 70s rock and all of this sort of stuff. So I've been just banging out loads of that stuff, which has been great.
Yeah,
found some gems. I love this band called Little Feat. They're great. Have you ever heard them before?
No, I don't know them.
They're like so American, but go and listen to a track called it's called Willin'.
Okay.
He's just basically talking about being a trucker. He's talking about like smuggling drugs and folks and stuff across the border in Mexico and that. It's a really good song. Like
I've got to say, the way you're talking, I don't hate the idea of a Sam Fender rockabilly album. Like maybe that could be number two.
I mean, I'm telling you now, that's never going to happen. But I do like the guitar style stuff. You know, I like finger picking and things like that. Now I didn't do loads of finger picking stuff on my first record, and I know how to finger pick. I do sort of instead of using a plectrum, I've used my fingers quite a lot on this sort of next record, which has been good fun. But I mean, there's I don't know. I've just been listening to loads of stuff, mate. Loads of different things. There's a couple of young lads and stuff, and there's a young lad coming up the ranks at the moment in Newcastle called Andrew Cushion. After you've been playing him a few times as well. Him, and I met him a couple of times. I actually met him outside of Radio X.
Oh, really? What was he? Just hanging about, or was he busking, or what? Was happening?
I think he was coming to see Gordon Smart, and he just like signed a publishing deal or something, and he came up to us like proper spunky.
Yeah.
Like, Ari, how you doing, son? I'm Andrew Cushion. I'm from Newcastle as well. I was just like, I can tell. and then he was just, but he's been doing some stuff. He's done a tune with Noel Gallagher and that. So
yeah, we saw that. That's sick.
He's smashing it. Like I'm proud of.
I can imagine how he must have approached Noel then. It's like, yeah, I'm mucker.
Probably just the same crack. Like, Ari, son, how's it going? No, he's so he's been. I've been listening to loads. I've just been kind of keeping the eye out on things. And we've got like little Heidi as well, who supported us at the when we did that gig. So it's been interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. I can't wait to hear some of this new material. And you mentioned there the gig. That's probably the last time we managed to catch up with you, the socially distanced one. How was that experience for you now that the dust's kind of settled on it?
It was kind of bittersweet, really, because I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't the standard gig. It wasn't a proper experience. You didn't have the mosh pits. You didn't have, kids going to A&E like they did in Manchester on the last UK tour. But you don't have like the kind of, it's not as raucous.
Yeah.
But it was just amazing to just be on a stage and just to play for people.
Yeah.
But as I say, it was bittersweet because, you know, they only did the two, and I don't think they're gonna. I think financially it wasn't really viable because I think the Virgin Money were putting up they were paying for the losses. I think they were covering the damage, and that's why it's not feasible, I think, to do. I mean, I have no idea. I've seen a few things around the country, but I haven't seen anything as mass scale as what we did in Newcastle. So I'm just kind of hoping that there'll be a couple of things like before we get back to normal. Because Jesus, man, I'm bored. Yeah. I'm absolutely bored out of my mind. Yeah, we're going insane.
Yeah, you and me like, both, brother.
It's just like, I think I worked out the other day as well that I don't think I've gone a month without playing a gig since I was like, apart from a time when I really, really bust my voice once. I had to take like a month and a half out to get it back. But apart from that, I hadn't actually gone a month without playing a show since I was 14.
Bloody hell, man. Like, that's a long stint.
And then now it's been like, what, a year?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, so I just, you know, all the boys in the band will all feel like, you know, we've kind of lost our identity. We're just sort of sitting in the house, like, you know, I'm eating peppers and playing Call of Duty all the time. It's just like, it's no good. Like, it's just no good.
Yeah, itching to get back out there. And you know what, mate, we can't wait to see you when you can be playing live. Let's have a little chat about this Christmas tune, because this was a really nice surprise this week. So you've done your cover of Winter Song, Lindisfarne, for those who don't know. What was it about the tune that you just really sort of connected with and made you want to put it out?
Well, Alan Hull is the main. Sorry, I'm on like the squeakiest chair in me house. Alan Hull's like he was the main singer-songwriter of Lindisfarne, and he, for me, is like one of the most underrated singer-songwriters of his time. Lindisfarne are a Geordie band, legendary Geordie band. As my brother says, he says they're the most overrated band in Newcastle, but the most underrated band in the world.
I like that. That's a nice way of putting it.
And so I wanted to do a Christmas song, but I wanted to do, you know, I didn't want to do something that was like crass and crap. So, and Winter Song's one of my favorite Christmas tunes. So, and Alan Hull's like a hero. He's not here anymore. He passed away, bless him. But so I just wanted to do something that was close to home and close to my heart. So that's why I picked it.
Well, it's an absolutely beautiful version, man. You've really done it justice.
Oh, thanks, Dave. Thank you very much. No, thanks very much. It's dour and sad, but that's exactly what that's what the original song was. You know, the lyrics you listen to the lyrics, they are really sad, but I think they are quite poignant, and I think it's quite relevant for the time. Obviously, Christmas is going to be very different for a lot of people this year, but that song kind of speaks about homelessness, and it speaks about traveling communities. It's basically a Christmas message of trying to be more empathetic about people who have a worse situation than yourself.
I said before we played it, Sam, like you've done it justice and then some. Like, it's such a beautiful version. So well done.
Oh, thank you, mate. Thanks a lot.
Let's have a little chat about the video for it, because it's using photography taken by homeless people from everywhere, from sort of London and Nottingham and Manchester through to Tel Aviv and Padova. What did you want to sort of say with this one?
Well, obviously, homelessness has got pretty horrendous over the last 20 years in this country, and I guess with the song's message as well, it sort of speaks about homelessness. I think the people who are going to be hit the worst over these lockdowns are the people on the streets, or the homeless. So we got together with the people on the streets. It's an amazing organisation. Obviously, they give a camera to homeless people, and it's like sort of the first time I think that you actually get to see the perspective of the homeless people, as opposed to just, you hear stats and statistics, and, you hear statistics and figures and all that rubbish, and it's, it's horrible, but you don't actually see the human side of it. So this project's amazing. When you watch the video, I mean, I saw it and it was stunning. I was choking up the first time I saw it, just from the images alone, because it's kind of, it makes the issue a lot more human and a lot more personal and a lot more close to home. I mean, I had mates texting us, saying that the photos around Manchester and stuff, these are places, haunts that they've seen all, all growing up.
So they're like watching it.
So so it was like, I think it was, it kind of brings it closer on a personal level. So we wanted to do that, but then we also partnered up with Big Issue as well. So I'm doing a cover of Big Issue that you can buy, because obviously the vendors kind of get out and sell Big Issue while all of this is going on, and that's what they survive off. And I had a lovely chat with a guy called Earl John Charlton, who was homeless for many, many years and had addiction issues and stuff. And his story, like, is quite similar to most people's stories who end up on the street. As you know, like, a lot of people who are on the streets have had a very, very sort of tumultuous life from the start, and I've had no chance really.
Yeah.
And with Earl, you kind of go, well, Jesus Christ, like, you barely had a chance, you know what I mean? So to see him now with what Big Issue's done for him, becoming a vendor, he's managed to get himself a house, he's now getting back into work, and it's like, you know, it's really turned his life around. And that's like, you know, that's been after like 20 years of addiction issues, 20 years of being stuck on the street. So we're going to do that. All the proceeds are going to go to Big Issue, and hopefully there'll be some more support for people like him, and hopefully there'll be a few more people coming off the streets if we're sell enough, you know.
Absolutely, man. It's an amazing gesture, and we'll put some links and stuff on radiox.co.uk.
Also the single as well, I think.
Yeah.
Also the single as well. If you download the single, the proceeds are going to Big Issue, you know. So
it's the Radio X Evening Show. George here with you on a Wednesday night, and we've got Sam Fender here tonight. Sam, we've been playing your version of Winter's Song. We're getting ready, I suppose, for December and for Christmas. What would a normal Fender Christmas look like?
Probably me and my brother pissed, like screaming at each other, and then making up, and then watching off We the Same Pet till about 4 a.m. And we're all piling at my grand's house. My brother's mate JD, he comes and does Christmas with him. One of my best mates does Christmas with us normally as well. So we're a Christmas of waifs and strays normally. Our house, it's just all of our mates, and everyone who doesn't get on with our own family comes and stays with us. And then we open arms, but then we all argue with each other as well while it's happening. So, you know, no, but it's normally, that's the crack. My brother normally cooks and gets really stressed because he's a cracking chef, my brother. And he normally does the whole lot, and then normally by the end of it he's absolutely stressed as hell, and then he's really, really pissed as well, and he just gets mashed, and then we're all mashed, and then my gran just has to kind of sit back and watch all the chaos.
Watch the chaos unfold, yeah.
And she just deals with it with her wise words like Yoda, you know. But no, it's that's kind of normally how it is, but I don't know how it's going to work this year, because obviously I'm obviously worried about my gran. I don't want to give her anything. But I think, what's the crack? Is it you're allowed 3 households in or something for?
I think that's what it's saying, yeah. But like you said, you don't want to necessarily run that risk.
I'm still like, I don't want to run the risk, guy.
No, absolutely not.
But it's one of them, isn't it? It's so I have no idea how it's going to go down this year.
Yes.
But I know for one thing, I'll be pulling a few corks, like, that's for sure.
Well, there's nothing else to do on the day. I mean, yeah, fingers crossed we can get back to something that's resembles normality in 2021. I did want to ask you, Sam, because we're sort of approaching the end of the year now. We had the Grammys announced yesterday, so I thought I'd pick your brain a little bit and sort of get a Sam Fender sum up of 2020. What's been your favourite album that you've heard this year?
I definitely, I can't say I've got a favourite, like, because I think there's about 3.
Okay.
Can I give you a couple instead?
You can give me 3. 3 recommendations.
Okay, the Fontaines record.
Yep. Bang it.
That was amazing, and that got nominated for a Grammy, didn't it?
Yeah, that's up for best rock album. I think.
That is absolutely insane. I texted Carlos the other day. I got smashed with them not long ago. So I texted Carlos the other day, being like, "Mate, that's absolutely amazing. I mean, it's so deserved. That's one of my favorite albums of this year. I like Adrian Lenker's solo record that she's just brought out.
Okay.
She went up to like some cabin up in upstate New York, I think, or somewhere in the middle of nowhere, and recorded this like breakup album on an acoustic guitar, and it's proper stunning. It's like really, really stunning. It's a song on it called Anything.
Okay.
That just literally breaks you in half.
I'll have to check that one out, mate. Definitely.
That's amazing. And there's an album at the very beginning of the year, which is it's probably like, I think they've probably got the worst band name I've ever heard in my entire life.
Here we go.
But genuinely one of the sickest. Like that album I heard at the beginning of the year is so beast. They're called, get this name, Drive-By Truckers.
Here we go. Yeah.
Right? I call it Drive-By Truckers, right? But they've been going for years. They've had loads of albums out, but they brought out one at the beginning of this year, and it's proper stunning. I think it's called The Unraveling or something like that. And
right.
But I don't know the name of it. I forgot. It might be The Unraveling's the title of the album, but I know the tracks. Like there's one called Armageddon's Back in Town. That song is unreal, man. It's unreal. I think it's also very apt for the time.
Sam Fender's top picks for 2020.
They're my 3 records of 2020 so far.
Nice one. Well, we'll get in on them and devour them later on, mate. Thanks so much for coming on the show tonight. As always, lovely to see you. And
likewise, mate. Thank you very much for having us.
Always a pleasure. And hopefully we get to hear some of these new tunes that you're writing alongside the games. Maybe a Call of Duty influence happening.
There'll be a bit of Call of Duty on it, like I reckon. We're actually tempted to sample a few sounds of me and my mates screaming on Call of Duty, just because that's basically all this year's been.
Radio X.